Good morning. I hope you're having a great day. I just want to let you know that I'm thinking of you and I hope everything's going well for you. I have a very difficult subject to talk about today, and I know it's really hard for people to understand and to deal with, and yet it's such a major part of your life. So I'm going to deal with it the best way I can directly. As I have said, the things I tell you on this page I intend that you find out for yourself or that you prove them to yourself. I know that they're true, but you need to prove it to yourself. Don't do stuff because somebody else tells you. Do stuff because it's right for you. Understand that is the key. Know in your heart and in your mind. Well, the subject we're going to deal with today is sex. I'm going to go there, yes. It's a tough one because it was so important that God incorporated it in your DNA, your animal DNA. It was required in order for the propagation of the species. God included that in your animal DNA. So whether you like it or you don't like it, there is a drive that's going to happen for each and everybody. Now what you do with it is up to you. However, you can either look at it as a curse or you can try to understand that God didn't curse men. He gave them opportunities. Opportunities. The whole point of sex was to raise the value of life, both quantitatively, in other words, more of the people, but also quality. Because he didn't make it a bad thing, he made it fun. Done properly, it can be a lot of fun for everybody involved. But a lot of it has to do with your attitude and how you feel about it. And there are certain problems that come as a result of it. Now, one of the truest points about this is that it is a total outgrowth of your feelings. And therefore, it became something that men needed to control. If they can control it, they can control you. Because if they can control your feelings, they can control you. So it became something of a very social, explosive dealing. But that wasn't what God intended. God intended it, like all things, to give you the choice. It's up to you. You can either make this a wonderful experience or you can make it bad. What do you choose to believe? Do you think your God, the Father of all people, decided to punish you? I don't think so. I think that we have turned it into that, but He never intended it that way. Now, I'm going to deal this first from the standpoint of somebody who's had a TBI or a traumatic brain injury and their body no longer functions as well as it used to. And I know that there are many people in the stroke and the TBI family that have the same problems, and also people who have had cancer and everything else. It is something that when it affects your body, it affects your abilities to deal with. It doesn't change the drive, though. That's the strange thing. It doesn't change the drive. Like I told you, you will have to deal with the feelings. When God made things, He made things so that they reinforce themselves. He doesn't need us to tell Him how to do it. He made things so that when you try to not do what He wants you to do, you're going to feel bad. You're going to have different problems and different guilt feelings and all kinds of miserableness in your life. But I know physically sometimes it can be very hard and even painful. But the reality of it is it's all about how you set it in your mind. learn. Learn how to change. Just like people who can't use their left hand anymore can learn how to drive, they can modify their car, they can modify their house. You can modify how you do this and still enjoy. The point is that if people love each other and care about each other, they will do what they have to do or will do what they can do to please each other. And it is the pleasure. That's what the reality of this whole encounter is. If it's not pleasurable, then maybe you need to look at the way you're doing things and maybe do it a little bit different. Now, I know that being exploitive may lead some people into a moral decision because they're saying morality. Oh, that wouldn't allow me to do that. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not true. And that just leads to more misery. Take your time. Learn yourself. Learn each other. Please each other. Please yourself. I know it's difficult, and I know it's not going to be easy, but it is all about attitude. Your feelings are going to be there no matter what. What you do with them is entirely up to you. God wants you to increase the value of life. This is such an important section of life. Don't throw it away, and don't forget it, because all you will do is drive your friends and your neighbors away. You'll drive your caregivers crazy, and you'll make yourself hurt. And that's not what we want for you. Take the time, go slow, do it as you should, with open heart and open mind. Be kind to yourself, be kind to each other. Now I have to put some, certain warnings in here, cause this can cause people puppies. So be advised that this does happen. But in spite of that, whether you like it or not, you have to deal with it. And like all things, deal with it from the standpoint that God gave you a gift. It's up to you how and when you use it and what you make of it. Make life better for yourselves and each other. Be kind to yourself and each other. That's the reality of what you're really facing. Understand that yes, society has deemed this a subject that nobody should really talk about, and because they want to control your feelings, therefore they control you. Well, God doesn't listen to them, and he didn't care. When he made things for the explicit purpose of making things greater. Things will always make themselves greater unless evil enters. Evil divides, it separates, it throws away value, which is your feelings. So whenever you're feeling bad about stuff, take a look at what you're feeling about, because chances are you're making a big mistake. Reality is reality. This is a difficult subject, and I want it to be something that people think about because they're going to anyway. I want it to be something that can help you, that you can use this as a means to heal yourself and each other. This is such a special gift that you can give one to another. And physically, it may be challenging. Emotionally and mentally, it's not challenging. It's loving. Get past what is all about me and what's all about, and make it more about what's all about us. That's really where you have to be. I love you. I hope that you'll take some time and think about these things, and you'll be kind to yourself and each other when you do. imagine that I'm going to get some feedback about this, but that's fine. You can send feedback to email at bikerclem1@gmail.com. Love you. Hope you have a great day. And I'll probably be continuing this one tomorrow. See ya. Bye.